Yo, what up? What up? What up? Sound like auto-tune. What up? Black Suburban Dad here. And today I want to talk about, man, how you guys are sticking together way too long. Couples are staying together way too long. I did it. You did it. They did it. They did it. Everybody's done it. You stick together way too long, and then you think when everything is dead, all over, done and said, or however you say it, when everything is all dead and gone, you sit back and think about it, and you're like, why did I even stay around for so long? I was either one, getting abused. Here we go, getting abused. I was either two, getting manipulated. I was either three, cheating.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
Or something around those realms, something like that. But anyway, people sticking to relationships way too long sometimes. But I also think that people don't stick around for long enough. You just got to know what kind of situation you're in. Now, if you're in a situation where you're getting beat from wall to pillar, then yes, you got to be like, and I'm out of here. But if you're in a situation where it's just a lack of communication is not working the way that you want it, it's not breaking down, maybe you're just a little bit jealous, maybe that's just something that you and that other person, you guys just got to figure out. You guys just got to fix. Going to counseling, honestly, I never agreed with going to counseling. I think that just makes things worse. Because the thing about it is, and I've been to counseling before, when you go to counseling with somebody, I've been to counseling with two different girls. And both of these girls were significant parts of my life. So I've been to counseling with them before, right? And the thing about it is, when you go into counseling, you just go in there and you want to be the winner. You want the counselor to side with you. Because both of you guys, both parties are going in there, and nobody's thinking that they're in the wrong. Everybody's thinking that they're in the right. So when you go into counseling, you're already going in there disingenuous. You just want to be the winner. So you're still going in there with a fight mentality. You just want to come out the winner of the fight. And if you don't come out the winner of the fight, trust me, the first counseling session I did with this one specific girl, she came out not the winner of the fight. And her head, she sat in the car and her head was just like, I mean, that relationship was dead and gone right on the spot. It was dead and gone when the counselor was in there telling her about all her flaws and saying how good and how, how I was just a gleaming angel floating in the sky. I was just this good man that kept God in his life.
Keep God in your life, fuck nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I was just a pillar of hope. I was just one of those guys. And she got in the car. She was just like, she just started crying. And when she started crying, I knew that it was over. So yeah, man, I never go down the counseling route. I'll never do that again. I've done it before. And if you want to, go ahead and try it. Go ahead and try it. But also prepare to be manipulated when you leave. Especially if you know that you're in the right and the counselor said that you're in the right. Well, once you leave out of there, you're definitely going to get manipulated by your partner because they do not want to be the loser. But if it's something like that where you guys just can't figure it out, you don't have to go to counseling. Maybe you guys just need to talk more. And then if that one person doesn't want to open up and they don't want to talk, well, that might be a key sign to be like, and I'm out of here. But you can't just go, what is happening here, man? I got a lot of money riding on this game right here. Actually, I don't even have a lot of money. It's just I'm going to win a lot of money if the Patriots win. So I'm going to be checking this game all night, bro. And I'm not even on here for that long. If you don't know, I am Black Suburban Dad. I am the man with the red shirt. I am the man with the most flaws in the game. I am the flawed one, and I wear my flaws as a badge of honor. That's right. And also, I'm better than your favorite YouTuber. But yes, I'm going to talk about, I think it's 10 to 15 signs that you're staying in relationships way too long. 10 to 15 signs that you're staying in relationships, that was a fumble, staying in relationships way too long. And maybe you just need to get out. Now, I will say one thing about my last relationship that was very significant, and that was a marriage. It wasn't just a relationship. It was a marriage. So I had a lot of skin in the game, man. I had a lot. You know what I'm saying? We talking about money. We talking about assets. We talking about, things like that. We talking about kids. So I had a lot of skin in the game, man. I think that since we've split up, and I think that we should have actually split up a lot sooner than what we did. And that actually would have only benefited me. It really wouldn't have benefited her. It would have only benefited me. But if I would have split up with her earlier, and I'm not going to say the number, but if I would have split up with her earlier, I could have came off so much better than I did. And that in our situation, it wasn't just jealousy. It wasn't just money was never a factor in our situation either. So it wasn't one of those situations where like, oh, we're broke and we need this and we need money. No, that was not a factor.
Nope.
Money wasn't a factor in our relationship at all. But it was just other things that were a factor. So if I actually would have left that relationship earlier, and I know it, and I think about it sometimes, but it's not something that I want to dwell on. But I know that if I would have left that relationship a year earlier, like I know I should have, I would have came off so much more better than I did. So much more better than I did. I know it. My friends know it. My family know it. Everybody knows it. But that's the lesson of life, That's why I'm here, Black Suburban Dad. I'm up on this microphone shooting this show out to you so you can learn. Watch me. You'll get the in-depth perspective, and maybe you might learn something before you get in a situation that might be hard for you to get out of. And that's one thing I say about marriage too, man. One thing I say about marriage is it is the easiest thing to get into, but it's definitely the hardest thing to get out of. It is definitely, man. And that's not a lie. That is definitely not a lie. I don't even know what happened. The Chargers just got the damn ball, bro.
Nope.
Oh, my God. Come on, man. I just need the Patriots to win. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up this email real quick. And we're going to check this out. This is a situation, and I haven't read this email. I just seen the title, and I was like, okay, hopefully we can get into it. And there's some information here that's productive to this show. It said, I, 27 female, ended my 7-year relationship with my boyfriend, a 27-year-old male, 1 year ago. When does it get better? Now, this possibly could be a situation where she ended it and she shouldn't have ended it. I'm just reading the title and thinking maybe she ended it too soon and she shouldn't have. So this might be a good way to show whoever's listening to this when you shouldn't end your relationship early. But I don't know. I got to get into the email, which we're about to get into right now. It says, I broke up with my boyfriend a year ago because I was so low. Oh, yeah. If you don't know, I'm an award-winning reader. Yep. I'm a Grammy-nominated award-winning reader. So I'm like one of the best readers in the world. You're about to find out right now. Okay, I promise you I graduated 12th grade. It says, I broke up with my boyfriend a year ago because I was so low and sad all the time in my life. I felt very not aligned with myself and where I was meant to be in life. Okay, she wasn't feeling aligned. Some people feel like that right around when they get around the 25 to 30-year age. Right around that age gap, those 5 years, you don't know exactly who you want to be. You don't know exactly where you should be, and especially in America where everything's going off the rails. Now, if you're going into someplace like the Philippines, if you're going to someplace like Vietnam, somewhere in Asia where they actually have traditions, maybe even India, right around that age, you should know where you want to be. You should know where you should be. And that's probably like married with a kid. But over here, in that 5-year age period, man, these girls are just like, we don't know where we want to go. We don't know what's going on in our life. And you should. It's sad. You actually should. But things have changed. That's an indication that's showing how the times are a-changing. Oh, God, here we go again. I had tried everything, but it felt like the only way to work on myself and my mental health was to be alone and to grow on my own path. Now, you know something? I'm not even going to hate on her on this because it doesn't seem like they're married, so she doesn't have any, ties to the government. You know, when you sign a marriage contract, it's pretty much a governmental contract. So she doesn't have any ties to the government and to him. She doesn't have any kids, no babies, so she doesn't have that. So, hey, why not? Go out there, travel from city to city, state to state, get out of the country, be like,
bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
You know what I'm saying? Do a little bit of that, trying to get that out of your system, figure out who you want to be, live alone, and walk your own path. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I live alone right now, and the only time, well, my son lives with me, but I only have him like 3 to 4 times a week. But yeah, man, I don't want to live with anybody. And the times that, like, my son just met a girl that I brought over, right? And damn sure age gap dating. I was damn sure age gap dating, but I went and picked him up, and he finally met a girl that I had been, you know what I'm saying, talking to. And he's like, what the hell? He's looking at her like, what the hell's going on here? He's like, what the hell he? What the hell he on? What the hell he Barry? But besides that, and she doesn't stay over here at all. Besides that, like, it's just me and my son here, and I love living alone. I love living by myself. I love when it's just me and my son here. I mean, it gives me room to grow. I couldn't have this background and do all this shit right here if somebody was living with me.
Nope.
No. And they've tried it before too, but they ain't gonna get up in here. They ain't getting up in here. They've tried it before. I had this girl talking about it was just a couple weeks ago. She was like, oh, when she walked in my place, she was like, oh, home sweet home. I was like, you think you're home?
No, you're not.
I was like, think again, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not.
I was like, we're gonna wrap this up early, and then
I'm out of here.
and yeah, we just yeah, okay. And that's all that's all there is there, folks. But it's been a year. Let's get back to this email. But it's been a year. I have done everything you're meant to do. Therapy.
Nope.
I just talked about therapy. Journaling. Okay, so she's. What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, God, this guy is such a liberal. Man, that guy gets on my nerves, bro. He was a significant part of my life, too. Therapy, journaling, health, and fitness. That's a good thing. Build really strong friendships and nurtured family and friends deeply. That's good. I have brought myself back from the depths of how bad I was doing. So this guy probably had her all depressed. But I think of him every minute. I am like actually bored of it. Here, let me do that again. I am actually like bored of it. My own brain is boring me. He influences everything that happens in my brain. He is the first and last thing I think about when I go to sleep and wake up. But at the end of my capacity, I can't enjoy life fully, and even though I am happier myself because I just wish it could work with him. I wish we could build a life. I'm so devastated. I couldn't make it work. Does anyone have any advice for me to move through this pain? Now, I try to do my Valley Girl accent, and I think it was pretty damn good. I'm picturing that this is a Valley white girl or something. Black girls ain't writing into this site at all. They ain't writing shit. Black girls ain't writing into this site. They ain't writing no journal. They ain't working on mental health.
Nope.
They damn sure ain't working out.
Nope.
Nah, I'm just joking. So, yeah, man, It seems like she broke up with this guy to try to focus on her mental health because everybody in America is getting crazy, right? And nobody can get it together, especially around those ages 25 to 30, like I was just explaining. Nobody can get it right. Everybody's pulling you over here. You got people pulling you over there. You got family telling you, oh, you should do this. You got your mom saying, oh, I want a grandbaby. You got everybody trying to tell you what you should do. So, yeah, sometimes you do got to be alone and figure it out yourself. You got to filter out all the noise of your friends, family, and coworkers and whoever else is in your life. Remember, this is your movie. You're the star of this movie. Everybody else are just co-stars and extras. That's it. So never forget that. Anybody listening to this, your life, you're the star of your own movie. Everybody else is co-stars. You got your family, your friends. They're just co-stars. And then you got the extras. That's just the normie Calhoosies that you just run into out there in the ether, out there in the world. So, and they don't even matter. So never forget that. So maybe, she's just, I'm not even going to say that she made a bad move breaking up with the guy because it seemed like she was confused. Maybe it's just one of those things that she got to go through. because obviously she still likes the guy. She wants to be with him, but there were some flaws that she seen in herself. There were some things that she seen that she needed to fix. And you know something? She probably realized that she needed to fix these things before she's able to give herself to him as a better person. So I'm not even going to hate on what this girl did. Maybe she's making the right move. Maybe she's not. But I'm not going to sit up here and say that she's not making the wrong move. I mean, that she's not making the right move. You know, sometimes you got to be alone to figure out what's going on, especially if you don't have any kids or anything like that. You got to figure out what's going on in your own life, man. You know, you got the crabs in the bucket mentality. You got the misery loves company mentality. You got a lot of people out there trying to tell you what to do with your own life. And it's really up to you. It's really up to you to figure it out exactly what you want to do with your own life. Because like I said, and I will continue to say it, you are the star of your own movie, okay? You're Jason Statham. You're Will Smith. You're Gloria Melendez, whoever the hell that is. That's probably not even a real person. That's probably not even a real person. But anyway, look, I don't know any female actors. Oh, what's that one chick? Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, you're Sydney Sweeney. You don't look as good as her. You damn sure ain't got the jeans that she got.
Nope.
Your jeans are size 42. Her jeans are size 1. All right, anyway. I don't even know if okay, can I go through this? Yeah, I can. Okay, here we go. 10 things that will lead to early breakups in relationships from personal experiences. Now, this African-looking Zulu, Nation of Islam, Wakanda-looking brother, Black Panther Part 3. This is the guy right here that's actually going to tell us what the hell's going on. Because I'm guessing that he's lived this through experience, and now he's telling us what's going on. New England, you need to score. Come on, baby. You need to score. What, bro, where's Drake May throwing to, man? I swear to God, bro. Anyway, let's go into number 1. It says excessive jealousy or control. Okay, signs of jealousy or controlling behavior can indicate insecurity and may lead to trust issues. You can't have somebody that's excessive jealousy. I've dealt with this before, man. And it went a little something like this. This girl actually timed. Now, it leads me to believe when I look back at it that she was actually doing something. But she timed the time that it took me to get home from work. Oh, Drake May! Let's go! Let's go! All right, there we go. She timed the time that it actually took me to go from work to home. So I remember, and this is one of my first substantial relationships. This is the girl that I was talking about at the beginning of the show, that we went to counseling, and she actually broke down crying in the car. And we had a lot of makeups and breakups. But she would actually time the time that it took for me to get from work to home. And one day I made a pit stop, and I came in the house with bags. And, you know what I'm saying, I got some stuff for her. I was ready to cook dinner because I'm always the cook in my relationships. And she's looking at the bag. She's like, what took you so long? I'm looking at her like, don't you see these motherfucking bags in my hand? What you think I got in here? What you think I got in here? A bunch of kittens? Puppies? Nope. No, I'm about to cook dinner. But yeah, man, that was just excessive jealousy. She wanted to know where I was at all time. And if they had Apple AirTags out back then, I'm guaranteed there would have been one on my car. So, yeah, we can't have excessive jealousy. So I get with that one. Number two, here we go. Number 2 is frequent conflicts. Regular arguments over trivial matters or unresolved issues can be a sign of deeper incompatibilities. Unresolved issues. And this is a thing that I would say that girls actually carry on, unresolved issues, because they'll bring up some shit. Just say you've been with her for 10 years. You're married. You guys got the 2 kids, the picket fence, the house, the Ford Bronco. You guys got the yard, the lawn, the cat, the dog. You guys got all that, right? Just say when you guys were in the dating phase and you did some shit that she didn't like. On year 10 of you guys' marriage, you do something wrong then, she will bring that up. Whatever that is that you guys did, that you did in the dating phase that she didn't like, she'll bring that shit smooth back up and ask you why and use it against you. So that's the thing. That's like an unresolved issue. And look, every woman carries this with them. It's unresolved. It's either they're just unresolved issues or they just like to fight and use that as a weapon. You're just giving them ammunition for them to fire back at you later. So anytime you talk to a girl, anytime you pillow talk, just remember, you tell her something bad about your life. Why are the Patriots punting it? Are they kicking a field goal? Just remember, anytime you tell her something bad about your life, she's going to use that as ammunition later against you. So, yeah, man, you got to resolve these issues, man. If you want to have a good relationship, ladies, you can't do that. Stop bringing up old stuff and trying to use it and fire it back at us like missiles. It's only going to hit the relationship wall like, and it's not going to benefit anybody. Number 3, it says lack of communication. This is definitely a key one. Lack of communication. If there's poor communication or difficulty discussing feelings, needs, and expectations, it can lead to misunderstandings and resentment. And this is true, man. If you were to ask any guy out here, okay, he made the field goal. Patriots, keep going, baby, with 2 seconds left. If you were to ask any guy out here, and I think I've seen videos like this before, what are your number 2 what are your top 2 things that you expect out of a woman in a relationship? I guarantee you one of those things are going to be communication. We got to have good communication. You'll see it all the time. If you watch that dumbass Pop the Balloon show, which is absolutely idiotic, and you'll lose a couple brain cells watching it. I do it sometimes. I lose a couple brain cells. But if you watch that and you watch the times where the guys are actually up there popping the girls' balloons, they ask the guy, okay, well, no, he'll tell them, look, I'm looking for communication. It doesn't even matter. If the guy's getting a balloon popper, he's popping a balloon. The guy's going to say that he's looking for good communication. Because without that, you're just sitting up there and you're wondering. You don't want to sit up there and try to read somebody else's mind. Now, I'm just going to say it like, as a guy, we got too many other things that we're worried about. We're worried about how we're going to pay the bills. We're worried about how we're going to make our girl happy. We're worried about how much sex we're gonna get. We're worried about are we gonna beat the Rams in the playoffs on Madden 25 or 26? We're worried about, did my game save when I beat that boss last night? We're worried about a whole bunch of shit. And what we don't want to be doing is coming in the house and trying to read your mind. That's why communication is key. How are we gonna know how to fix things? How are we going to know how to be a better person for you if you don't even tell us? And I'm speaking from a man to a woman. But this is the thing. If you're a woman in America, you're always going to keep this ruse up. You want it to be mysterious. You want it to be toxic. So you'll never have openly communication with us and let us know exactly what's going on. It ain't going to happen.
Nope.
So hey, man, it ain't going to happen. So, yeah, lack of communication is number 3. Number 4 is inconsistent efforts. If one partner consistently puts in more effort than the other, it can create an imbalance that may lead to frustration, disconnection, and you might be like, and I'm out of here. Okay, so inconsistent efforts. It says if one partner is pretty much one partner consistently puts in more. Yeah, if one partner is pretty much holding the relationship together, and this happens, honestly, I think this happens in most relationships. One partner is they're really pulling the weight, whether it be a man or a woman. They're really pulling the weight for the relationship. And that can really start to frustrate the person that's pulling the weight. They're like, okay, well, and it's also confusing them because they're like, does this person even care? Do they even care about me? Because it doesn't seem like they're pulling as much weight as I am. It doesn't seem like they're putting in the effort. Like, I go out and buy flowers. I cook this man dinner. I sit up there and I clean his shoes. I do all this, and all he does is come home and fart. All he does is come home and have nuclear farts like, God. That's all he does. So if it's something like that, yes, this can lead to an early breakup, man. And these are just one of the learning lessons in life. And I hate for it to be like this. And that's where the communication comes in the key. Because if the girl's thinking this right, just say if it's the girl that's holding the weight of the relationship. If she's holding the weight of the relationship and she does not have good communication, well, the guy's going to come home, especially if he's one of these dudes that's just eating food. He's a brain dead body. He just come home, nuclear farts, all that shit. He ain't doing much. He can't even clean up after himself. He damn sure can't read your mind. So what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have good communication. That's why I say, man, good communication is definitely key. A lot of guys will communicate unless you're dealing with like a Pookie or a Chad, because then they're definitely gonna be hiding some things. Pookie or Chad's gonna be hiding some things. But if you're just dealing with a normal guy, just say like a normal guy like me, yeah, I'll communicate. Actually, it's kind of hard for me to tell a lie because I always tell the truth, because the truth is just is natural. And the truth is always consistent. And I just want to stay consistent with whatever I'm saying. I don't want to have to think about a lie. I'll just come out and say it, whether you like it or not. So like, yeah, telling the truth is good, but this is one of the situations where you have to have good communication if you see that somebody is having inconsistent efforts in the relationship. Number five, it says lack of emotional intimacy. I have definitely been guilty of this before. If there's little emotional connection or vulnerability, it can hinder the development of a strong bond. Now, I'm gonna talk to this this topic from a man's point of view. From a man's point of view, and I just said it about a couple minutes ago, you want to be vulnerable. You want to tell a girl all your deep, darkest secrets, like that one song, Imagine Dragons. I want to give all my secrets. Tell me what you want from me. Something that a life will see. Something that an ink can see. I want to give all my secrets away. Now, you want to give your secrets away, right? You want to have somebody where you can be vulnerable around. But the problem is you can't.
Nope.
Especially not with American women. And I'm not trying to bag on American women. I'm honestly just telling the truth. Because like I said, if you be vulnerable and you tell her something that's intimate about yourself, something that makes you feel vulnerable, something that you haven't told anybody else because it's a secret, a deep, dark secret, a skeleton in your closet. Well, guess what? When you guys get arguing later, she gonna fire that shit right back at you like F9 missiles. And I don't even know if F9 is a real missile, but like Tomahawk missiles, Hellfire missiles coming right at your head. So that's why it's hard in this day and age to be vulnerable with somebody. And that's why you have to be strong and you got to act stoic and you got to put your poker face on sometimes, which is it's gonna give off that lack of emotional intimacy. Except when it's time to get down, like
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
yeah, man. So look, that's an issue right there. It's an issue, but there's reasons that issue is an issue. Number 6, lack of time. This is definitely me right now. This is definitely me. I'm actually about to I'm looking at the game, right? I do this shit live and in living color. I'm looking at the game. Somebody just messaged me. I got it on silent. I'm gonna see who it is. And I might even read the message. Because if it is who I think it is. It says lack of time. I'm always busy. That's definitely me. You cannot have a successful relationship without giving it your effort and time. And that's why, like, a person like me, I'm not good for any emotional relationship like that. Now, when you're around me, yeah, you're cool for that 1 hour that I'm going to be able to give up. But I don't have a whole lot of time. I got people pulling at me. I got things I got to do. I got shows I got to do. And no, it's not. It's not that person. But look, this is from 512 today. 512 today. I was like, "What you doing?" She was like, "Nothing right now. What about you?" I said, "Just watching the game. Wanted to see you, but you're so far away." She ain't even that far away, bro. I just don't want to go over there. I just don't want to go that far because I'm busy. I'm shooting this show. If I win this game, I'm gonna go collect a nice sum of money. I gotta go drop my son's club. I'm busy, man. So yeah, if you're a busy person like me, and I work 14 hours a day, sometimes even 15. If you're busy like me, yes, you're definitely not gonna have any kind of good relationships out there. You're definitely not. And it's actually going to change you as a person, man. Like, I think people are going to be able to tell that you're a busy person when you meet them. They're going to be like, All you got to do is say a couple things, talk about your day, how it was, and they can be like, "Oh shit, this dude's hella busy," and they ain't gonna want to deal with you like. I'm out of here. They ain't gonna want to deal with you like that. Not on the serious part anyway, because you ain't gonna have any kind of time for them. They're not gonna be able to trauma dump on you. They're not gonna be able to come over and just spend the night when they want. You're not going to be able to talk and text all the time. So, yeah, this is definitely an issue right there. And that's an issue that I've got. And that's 2 issues that I've got in a row. 2 issues I've read in a row that I have. Number 7. We're getting there. Number 7. Not being a supportive partner. That's... Damn. Some people go through issues with their ambitions, goals, or careers. It is normal for each person to have their own goal and ambition, and it can be tough when it causes conflict in the relationship. That's true. And that's all people want is a cheerleader. People really want a cheerleader out here. If you get in a situation, I remember a situation, right? And this was just last year. I think it was like early last year. I was hanging out with this girl, and I was age gap dating. And all of a sudden, I kind of just stopped. I started tailoring off. I wasn't messaging as much. I wasn't talking as much. And we kind of just went our separate ways. But I didn't have the time. And I was trying to, throw her a little bit of money to try to make up for the time. And she was like,
Nope.
So when I asked her, I tried to get her back. She's like, "Oh, you missed me." I was like, well, not really.
Nope.
I didn't say that to her. But I was like, what I'm saying, I was playing my part. And I was like, well, why did you kind of get so distant anyway? She was like, well, you weren't being supportive. I swear to God. She said you weren't being mentally supportive. She said, I was supporting you. I was trying to put your podcast out there. I was like, all right, man, I've heard enough. And I'm out of here. So that was the end of that. I was like, I can't take this no more. But, yeah, bro. People just want a cheerleader out there. If you have just say if you're a guy, you have a girlfriend, and she's trying to open a soap store. I don't know, something like that, arts and crafts. She wants to make her own gig. You got to support her in that. Just say she wants to go down to the Gritty Kitty and be a stripper or something like that. You got to support her, right? You got to. If you're a guy, if you're a girl and your guy, he's trying to make a podcast, well, you want to support him, right? You want to support him, especially if you think he's a good speaker and he could get to some people out there. If he's a guy, he's trying to open up a car wash business or a detailing business, you want to support him, right? People just want a cheerleader out here, what I'm trying to say. If you have a girlfriend, if you have a boyfriend, your significant other, you want them to be a cheerleader. Okay, because nobody else out here in the world is going to be. Okay, so that's being supportive right there. And I can't go for that. No can do. I don't have time for that. Women are not gold diggers. What? Wait. What does it say? Women are not gold diggers. That's number 8. Love and companionship are... So number 8 is women are not gold diggers.
Nope.
Okay, love and companionship, I'll go with it. Love and companionship are beautiful things to desire and yearn for, but that alone is not enough to sustain a relationship. Life costs money, and a lack of money means terrible life experiences.
She's using you for your money. Let her use me for my money. Yes. Let her use me for my money.
So, yeah, women are not gold diggers. So, look, man, if you want to date, you want to have a good relationship, you can't be like some broke, pookie, Chad type guy out here still going to the surf every day, unless you got a surfer girl and you guys don't need that much money and you guys are shacking up in a shack somewhere. But if you're just a normal guy living in the city, kind of like, well, I'm not in the city, I'm in the suburbs. Black Suburban Dad Reviews, hence the name. But if you're just in a normal relationship, yeah, your girls are gonna want something. She's gonna want to go to Ultra or Sephora. She's gonna want to be taken out on a dinner or two. She's gonna want, I don't know, just say like her Nike Pandas are busted. She's gonna want another pair of Nike Pandas, right? If her yoga pants, if her yogurt, I would start calling them yogurt pants. If her yogurt pants are, if she's growing out of her yogurt pants and she needs another one, well, if she ain't got the money for it, well, you're going to have to pay for it. She's going to want to live in a decent neighborhood. If they're black, they probably want to live in the ghetto where people are getting shot all the time. But anybody else, they want to live in like a decent neighborhood. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you're going to have to pay for it, man. Life costs money. So I get what they're saying. They're trying to say that like women are not gold diggers just because women want to get with a man that has some financial stability. And I agree with that. That does not make women a gold digger. I've used this analogy before. Back in the caveman days, you know who got all the chicks? You know who was smashing all the cave girls?
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
It was that damn Chad that had just chopped that damn saber-toothed tiger head off, and he got him grilling him up in his cave. He grilling up the saber-toothed tiger in his cave. And all the girls see that. His saber-tooth brought all the girls to the yard. And damn right, it was better than yours. And that's how he got all the girls. So it's the same thing. You could look at that as a form of currency or money. He was rich with all the meat. You got to be rich. You ain't got to be rich, but you got to have some kind of financial stability in this day and age right now, especially the way that girls are now. Number nine, it says, you or your partner has found some other bestie. If you or your partner have begun confiding your issues to someone else rather than each other, it is a great threat to your relationship. That's damn right. And that's one of these misery loves company. Because just say like you got a decent looking girl. Your girl 5'2", 100 pounds soaking wet. Nice little tightly wrapped body, okay? And she smell real good. Now, if she's a girl like that and she starts talking to some new girl and the new girl is high calorie, 5'1", 245, smells like onions, misery loves company. She's going to put some bugs in your girl's ear. She's going to toxify your relationship like, oh, leave him, girl. You need to get out of there, girl. He's bad, girl. She's going to toxify your relationship because she's misery and she needs some company. So, yes, talking to other people, man, about your relationship. And this is something that it's been a problem forever. This has always been a problem. People listen. Other people like to tell other people what's good for them because they don't have that, which goes back to the iconic saying, they hate you because they ain't you. Number 10, it says, keeping in touch with your ex. A person who still keeps in touch with an ex can ignite distrust, suspicion, and jealousy. With the current flame and puts a strain in the relationship. Yeah, because if you're keeping in contact with your ex, now it's different with me and my ex-wife. I see her all the time. I don't talk to her. I see her all the time. I guess I would talk to her all the time too. But if she gets a boyfriend or she has a boyfriend right now, she's hiding his ass. I don't know why she's hiding him. I don't care.
Nope.
But if she comes out the woodwork and goes fake book official with a boyfriend, he's going to see that, this guy is actually around his kid all the time. He always has his kid. He comes in my girl's house. He be chilling, got his damn feet kicked up like it's his place. He don't care, but he's a good dude. But he's going to see that she's talking to me all the time. We communicate pretty decently, even though, yeah, she does still hate me. But we communicate pretty decently. Now, he's going to see that, and that might be a threat to him. But I don't think that's what they're talking about because we actually have a kid together. I think they're talking about, just say if you don't have a kid together, and for some reason you got this picture of your your ex-boyfriend digging you out in one of your photos.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
In one of your photo albums, and your new boyfriend's like, why is that there? Why do I have to see that? Why don't you get rid of him? And she's like,
nope.
No, because I don't want to hurt his feelings. And he's like, well, why do you care about what he feels? And she's like, well, look, if you keep asking questions, then and I'm out of here. And it's going to start a fight, and it's going to go down that whole road. So, yeah, I get that. Communicating with an ex is definitely going to be bad for your relationship, and nothing good is going to come of it. Nothing good is definitely going to come of it. So there's some things that we got to look at, maybe we got to fix before we go down the road of splitting up. in a relationship, especially if it's a situation, like I said at the beginning, if it's a situation where it's just communication wise, that's something that we probably can fix. But if it's a situation where it's toxic and there's violence involved and stuff like that, then maybe, yes, you definitely need to leave the situation earlier. But I would just say, look, man, listen to reason, listen to yourself. I don't know. Don't listen to your friends as much. Maybe talk to your mom. If you have a mom, talk to your mom. If you have a dad, talk to your dad, because they will probably give you the best advice. You have some friends out there, like I said, misery loves company. They want you to go out to the club with them, but you can't do it because you got a boyfriend. They want you to go to Arizona. They want you to go to Las Vegas. They want you to go to Lake Tahoe, Arizona with them for spring break, but you can't do it because you got a boyfriend. So they will say shit in your ear to get your relationship toxified. Tell you, man, people do that all the time. Misery loves company. Black Suburban Dad Reviews back when done with another fantastic show. They need to stop the Chargers. I swear to God, bro. They need to stop Justin. Oh, they did. They're punting. Black Suburban Dad Reviews. If you don't know, I am the man with the red shirt. I am the man with the most flaws in the game. I am the flawed one, and I wear my flaws as a badge of honor. Tell a friend and tell a friend to like and subscribe to the video. You like and share the video. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Black Suburban Dad. If not, Black Suburban Dad Reviews. To the next video, I am out.